Hello, this is Corner Burza. I'm a 6-dan player, and in this video I'm going over another recent game played and lost unfortunately by Dank75 as white. This time it's a close game, only 3.5 win for black. And well, at the end black didn't need to play another move inside at J8. He was just too conservative. I mean, let's say the last couple of neutral points are filled here. If white plays Atari inside, black will connect. If throw in, black will take, Atari connect. Then when white plays Atari here, black will link, Atari inside, connect, and nothing happens. If white tries to capture these guys, black will respond and everything is safe. So it's not a really complicated sequence to read. It's true there are 15 moves to read ahead, but all the variation is forced, so that's easy to follow it. Anyway, white was off to a pretty good start this game. In the beginning, like in Fuseki, white had about 15 points lead, and somehow in the second part of the game white got too passive and eventually lost the game. So let's dive in from the start. Here we go, Komoko and Sansan versus double star points. Black makes an early Sansan evasion, very modern start, then Hane and double Hane. Well, for some reason my mouse is getting ahead in the game. So here in this variation, black played d1, the actual move in the game, but it's normal for black to cut and capture the stone, then give up the cornerstones. Now black can either push at f4 or play somewhere else. Now black is already sente, he can go for a Shimari in the lower right corner, he can play a Shimari in the top right corner, or of course invade the top left corner. But well, that's a variation where black knows the basic pattern. So here black played d1, white connects solid, that's very good. White can also connect at e4. The double hanging connection, it's an option too, but obviously this will lead some pips, so as we checked in the previous games. So it's absolutely fine to play f3. Now black needs to leave in the corner. Yeah, this Hane is necessary. So just to have a quick look at the life and death in this particular corner, let's suppose black plays b4. So in order to kill this corner, white has like two options, let's say. One is to play Hane in the head of two stones. Then when black blocks, white continues with Atari, another Atari in the corner, and then simply connect solid or hanging. It doesn't matter. Already black is down to one eye, and there is no way out on the bottom. Like this. That's a false eye. So if we go back to this variation, that's a straightforward way of killing the corner. If white goes down and black blocks at b3, this will create a J group. And well, many players, let's say around 5 to 10 Q level, they still have difficulties to kill this group, but there is a proverb in Go which is Hane brings death. So white plays Hane on the first line, black will block, white is the vital point, black is trying to make twice, obviously, white goes down, black is still looking for the twice shape, but throwing this Tesuji will kill the corner. And when black captures this stone, white either no B or jump, so there are two false eyes and one valid eye in the corner. However, if we go back a little bit to the original position, when white plays b4, black doesn't always block, because if black is aware that this J group is dead unconditionally, he will try to make an eye at c2, and this way it will lead to a co-fight. So for example, if white plays a2, black can go b2, and then on b1 black will cut, white cuts, and now black has to fight the code to leave in the corner. Another way for white to try to kill is to play b2, then black will obviously push through and throw in, and now play this inside Atari, which will lead to a co-fight. And it's not the same thing to kill the corner unconditionally or to kill it in a ko, because now black can play two moves somewhere else. For example, attach here, white eliminates the ko, and black gets another free move in the top left corner. So it's important to think about these details when you have a situation like that. But I guess black was aware that his corner will die, so he played a Hane, white blocks, black connects. Black should actually connect solid here, and then white will do the tiger mount anyway. When black connects solid, this group is already alive, it's enough space inside, more than 6 inside liberties, so it's fine. This way he's also alive, but 1 point less. And white does this hanging connection, which is very good because if black cuts here, white has the net to capture the stone. Now black invades the other corner, and this is a situation where white can block either side, but in this case white blocks the left side because he really wants the moyo on that area, which makes sense. So normally here, when black for example plays Keima, white got a wall of 3 stones, and white can easily extend to the middle of the side at d10 or d11. So black pushed at e17, white hane, very good, and here black went down. That's a bit unusual. Normally black just responds to the hane with a hane on the second line and just keeps the base safe in the corner. Now locally white can continue with a nobi or hane in the corner followed by inside cut or a double hane or nothing, just a nuki and play some big point elsewhere on the board and decide later whether to continue with g17 or b17. But black went down, so in this case the natural move would be to take away black's good move, which is f18. So simply descend here and put pressure on black's corner. Now if black turns like this, you can block and he needs to come back and live in the corner with this block to have enough space for 2 eyes. But if he jumps, you can push through first, then jump along. And eventually black still needs to go back at e18 to protect his eye space. But well, white protected right away at b16, so the left side it's becoming even more scary. This is actually fine too. Black hane, that's a bit early. That's more like endgame to play the hane on the first line. We are still in Fuseki in the early stage of the game, so black should play f18 and white will either ignore or go nobi. And if nobi, black can push one more time and then think about a way to invade the left side. But a16 is not necessary because that will just make white stronger on the left, which happened in the actual game. So white is happy with this powerful formation, and now it's a bit harder for black to invade the left side. This hane is necessary and white extending on the left. Actually for white it's very big to extend at g17. It makes the moyo even deeper, and if black doesn't respond locally like another push at g18, it's really big to turn. And then if black plays away again, you capture the stone in center, and now black is forced to make a 5-point life in the corner. And even though black invaded the left side, you can play a cap move to attack strongly or just leave it, go for other big points, for example in the top, and transfer the moyo you had on the left side towards the top side. So it's a powerful move to simply get ahead. Wait, actually we are around here. But yeah, at this stage of the game, white has a lot of secure territory. This left side it's really impressive, and black is small everywhere, even though black got 4 corners, and in general it's good to go and take all the corners. You know, there's a proverb that says if your opponent grabs all 4 corners you should resign, but in the same time if your moyo is super big then your opponent should resign. But of course nobody resigns nowadays, they play till the end. So black decided to go for a reducing move, and white very calm protects the moyo. Actually here with all this thickness I would be inclined to go for a little counter attack. So this Keima to push black out into the center. This will actually make the bottom area grow, and when black comes out then you defend the left side, or you keep attacking, like you play the nobi, which keeps the group separated from the top side. This would be a move that's let's say more stylish and a bit submissive, but if you're confident that your territory is enough, then yeah, it's okay to keep it. Now black is looking to set up a little shape for his group. Here actually white can think about of a double hane. It's more pressure. Black might play Atari, then extend, white extends, and the group still needs to jump into the center to be safe. So white kind of established or settled the territory on the left side. Anyway, white simply nobi, black pushed along, and white nobi again. This nobi is not really necessary. In general it's good to get ahead, but even without that nobi, the left side is complete. So white can play away like this or nobi, to go for a counter attack in the center. When black plays Hane, you just block. If you Nobi, you connect. If he goes Atari here and then Atari again, you can go for a counter attack. So you cut on the top and then Nobi, and it's very hard for those stones to live inside. So this shows a bit more fighting spirit. Now black played the Atari, then connects at H18. I think here black had an illusion that he might lose the corner if he doesn't connect. So let's calculate what happens actually. If he comes out with the group in the middle and white cuts in the top of the G18, black can just capture the stone. When white Atari here, black will take, and then when white pushes in the corner, he still got 3 liberties, so he can block, and white has 2 liberties, therefore white stones will die faster. Which means black didn't need to play at H18 right away, so he kinda wasted a move, he was already fine. Then white plays a peep, very good, makes black heavy, and now white plays away. Actually here, if you wanna continue the attack on the left side, it's good to play a one space jump like H11. Because this group is heavy and he needs to go out to connect to, or at least to try to escape towards the center, come in the direction of R3, or maybe jump towards the top, but not so easy. I mean, white can push and cut. So white can start a chase here in the middle. Also, it's good enough to play Keima. So this Keima, it's already connected to your F16. You don't allow black to run in the direction of G17. So his only escape is somewhere towards the middle. But yeah, if you don't want to decide how to attack the group now, just play somewhere else. This is a big move. So black comes out. Actually, the way for black to go out, it's either clamp or play Keima, something like this, or a jump in the middle, because now he's also looking to surround that peep and also create eye shape in the process of going out. White can ignore this. Yeah, it's nice to play Q4. Nobi, that's fine. Also one space jump, it's an option. Black pushed again, and ooh, black takes the stone in the center. Normally here, black is supposed to play Keima on the right side at S5, or if he doesn't want to allow white turn at O3, he can also play a one space jump here. To play away and reinforce the center again feels a little bit slow. It's actually hard now for white to give like a fatal punch in the center. So white blocked the bottom at O3, that's very good. Also Sente, and the extension at K3. Here, with all the thickness on the bottom, it's better to extend high on the 4th line and expect to build more territory. Because obviously this group at O3, O4 is very thick, and so is the formation at F3. Playing on the lower side on the 3rd line, when black plays a move here to reduce the bottom, white will end up a little bit flat. So the extension should be on the 4th line in this case. But that's just a small detail. Black keeps playing slow moves in the center to reinforce that group. Actually, if he really wants to make more eye space, should expand or extend somewhere around H8. But it's really not necessary immediately. Black can play a pincer on the right side, or at least Kosumi in the corner, and then attack the group on the right. Now, the right side is the most open area on the board left to play. So this move is a bit slow, therefore white can play in the corner. Interesting jump by black. Normally black can Hane one way or the other, or just Nobi. If he really wants the top side, he will Nobi, push again, white will protect against the cutting points, then he jumps along with this schema, which connects the middle group and also is going to set up a large moyo up top. Here I would play Hane in the top on the 2nd line, even push one time, and then connect with the Kosumi. This is a way to take more territory in the corner and also reduce the potential moya in the top. Like this, black will come back to the solid connection and white goes down. That's a good move. Whoa. Black doesn't have to block right away on the 2nd line. He can play Keima here, which threatens an attach at R13, and then another Keima in the top. But I guess black wanted to make sure white is not going to jump on the 2nd line and erase those points. So that's why the block right away. And white extends here. Now white should enter the top from the left side. This schema, it's another pivotal point because black can grow the territory in the top with this schema and also connect to his group in the middle. So white extends on the right, but this extension on the forward line doesn't help so much. Black can push here once in center, and then when black extends, for example, r8, we can see that q11 wasn't very profitable. It's not going to build much. Even if you play another move like r10, in the end, it's like surrounding 6 more points. Okay, so black pushes through, then turn. Let's see here, wedge, Atari, cut. In fact, black doesn't need this push. I mean, this push can be played as a co-threat. He can push right on at q14, or he can play Kema, because this Kema is threatening the attach at r13. What I mean is that if white doesn't respond, black can play this move. And then when white pushes out and he tries to connect, now it's time for the push at r15, which cannot be blocked because black will lose the corner. White will lose the corner with Atari and capture. So it's good sometimes to hide your intentions. So push through, leave this r15 as a co-threat, and then expand the top moyo. Okay, so black turns, and now the Kema. Yeah, that's very big. White did well to play this kind of move to reduce the box on the sector line. This is a nice spot to reduce the moyo instead of invading. It would be a bit too deep to go inside here, for example, and try to erase the moyo. Then you get trapped inside and you just give your opponent more points. Black protects, that's also fine. White jumps again. Yeah, this is also natural because you want to keep the stones connected, even though I would play a move around here and try to build some points on the right side. And when black goes for a counter attack with a cap, you just play Kosumi, and it's very easy to connect to the stones on the right. Not so easy for black to catch that stone, in fact. Now when you play here, okay, it's a nice way to connect your stones, but you give your opponent center so he can play a big point. He played just r7, but r8 would go. I mean, to be deeper here, it's absolutely fine because the stones are connected. So, 2-space jump to enclose the center. I get it, but black can come from the left side, something around here, to reduce the box. So now the game starts to look pretty close, and center is never as big as it looks. So white played all these moves, but if black comes from the left side, something like this, he can erase all the potential. Yeah, this move is not necessary. Actually here black can push once more, and then white will turn if he wants to keep connected. But something on the left side to erase the potential is more interesting. So this move, white turn, that's okay. Black goes down, white protects. White doesn't need this move, it's a slow move. Let's say white plays something in the middle, for example some jump here to try to build a box. If black cuts, you just go Atari, push along, and now those stones, where are they going to run? They come inside the moyo and they are all trapped. So the cut is not a problem. If black plays something like this, you can protect against the cut here, but actually you don't need, because the group on the right side it's already alive, so you can save the top stone, and if he cuts, you just let him be happy about that. I mean, it's not even a big deal, because you can have Atari here, so he's cutting some neutral points in the end. Therefore, nothing to worry about, because your group is alive on the right side, and also the one in the center is safe. Therefore, this move was a waste to protect where there is actually not so much danger. Now when black pushes here with the shoulder hit, the fighting spirit is to cover on top. He pulls back to connect to his own stones. Then you have center to play other big moves. You can play this attach, and in case black cuts, you cut too. Then you go Atari from behind and you push a little bit in the top. This way it's really dangerous for black, because if you connect, you have Atari again, then you catch the two stones. So everything, also the wall will die. Therefore, black has to pay attention. Maybe Hane in this case. Yeah, Hane would work. But you erase a lot of points like this. So let's go back. Probably on the Tsuke, black will calm down, just block with Hane, pull back, he connects or he plays Nobi, you go attach, Atari, then you continue with the Hane under to erase the top in center, and now you play another move in the middle to increase this area. That would probably be better for white. Let's see the estimate score. White leads by 12 points. I always had the feeling that white is like 14, 15 or between 10 and 15 points ahead, at least in second middle game, and somehow this lead went away because of playing too passive in the center, as we can see in the following moves. Yeah, this Kosumi, it's a bit shy, but yeah, good idea. Keep connected, reduce the top. That Hane is fine, everything center. This move doesn't really yeah, it's not really center. Black can play other things. So what can we do here? Hane on the first line should be played pretty early, otherwise black will play that R19. What else? This attach and here to prepare a double Atari. Push once like this, then block the bottom side. 2 space jump on Keima this way. Keep this area so don't let black come inside too much. And then of course at this stage you should always count and see where are some more open spaces on the board to enclose. Now you can play this attach or even start with the Hane. If you start with Hane here, black will cut, then you can play Atari, black will go down, then you play the no Sesuji, and he needs to go down again, and you can push one more time, because if he blocks you go Atari, so he has to go down again. And now you will pull back, for example with Kosumi, which is threatening the connection, I mean the cut at Q13, and if he blocks here, you separate the top. And if he connects under, something like this, you play one Hane in center, and you push and cut, and you catch the 2 stones in the middle. So there's a way to reduce that top area because of the cutting points. So when you play this Hane, black might just go down, but then you connect and you erase those points anyway. This is a bit passive, just block. Obviously he could push 1 point, but at least it was center, it's fine. But push again, just couple of points. Should really try harder. Hane, erase, and it's done. This push, yeah, you have to answer. Yeah, black got those points. No more cuts in the top. That's a pity. And now it's really important to play this Hane and protect. Otherwise black will play R19. So you might lose the chance. Yeah, he just did it. Correct. You can also defend like this. But it's fine either way. So black got all these center moves. Push is good. Is block necessary? Tuck, tuck, tuck. Not really. You can push here. Take center. Peep like this. Then other center moves. What else? Where are more points? Yeah, not much left. Already it looks to be a bit tough. Turn okay. Yeah, this is fine. This move is no needed. I mean, you can play it as a cut red. Also, it's more interesting to play like this. So when you block, even after black pushes a couple of times, you block and you're threatening the snapback, so black will connect anyway. Yeah, that Atari is fine. So just small moves left. Nothing to do at this stage anymore. Here it's better to play the clamp. He goes down, you block, he needs to come back. If he's like this, you go Atari and you finish center. But somehow black managed to build a lot in the top and also keep this big right side. And for white in the center, just a tiny territory here, mostly neutral points on the right. And this area on the bottom didn't become as large as expected. So that's where the game was overturned. But pretty good start. And well, it's a pity to lose a close game when you're leading by 15 to 20 points. Or 10-15 in this case. Ah, this move is... Oh, actually it is necessary. Wow. Ah, it seems white missed a very good chance here. Let's go back a bit. Yeah. After this push, actually black has to go down and connect under. So if white just cut, sorry, black will play s8, then white Atari, and the stones are captured. And if black plays here, you go Atari, Atari, kill. Oh lolo, this would be a nice opportunity to win the game. Alright, I don't think there are any other tricky moves that could be played. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So enjoy the review and win the next one.